Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life in the Bear Cave, a podcast for Bundy's Bear Cave. My name is Andy Bundy, and this is Book Slap.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy
It's 2026.
This is the first podcast of the year.
I know. I'm still in my notes when I get ready for the podcast. I still have this written down as season 2. I said that and then immediately forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, still season 2. Season 2,
Or
episode
is
5.
Or is it season 3?
I already wrote it down on this
Okay.
Google sheet, on the Google Doc. So
I see
that
that.
means it can never be changed. So this
Understood.
is just an extended season. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 is last year and this year.
Yeah. So season 1 was your podcast before, and then season 2 started a year ago. Oh man, this argument is holding less and less water by the minute. Started a year ago when you said that you wanted to restart doing the podcast regularly, and then we picked it up from there.
Okay, that
Just
makes
so
sense.
that everybody understands the continuity. There's a multiverse, but we haven't gotten to that point in the story arc yet.
Right. So, lots of stuff has happened here in January, right?
It has. Sorry, I'm thinking about the possibility of a Bundy Slap cinematic universe. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, we just haven't gotten to that point yet. Just stay tuned.
So, before we delve into, like, the meat and potatoes of everything, it's been freaking cold outside.
Yeah, right? The most significant event that's happened so far, in my eyes, is that the world froze over.
At least our little corner of the world, yeah.
Yeah, in our little part. Yeah, no, the world has been on fire. Just not this part.
Yeah.
What about those sub-zero temperatures and minus, 10 or less? I almost said greater wind chills. Like, no.
Yeah, we have,
No.
It's a heat wave today. We have 14 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Sweltering.
But I know, like, we've had to, at our place, try to, like, drip the faucet so it doesn't freeze, and, like, the low is gonna be in the negatives starting next week. Or was it this week? No, it looks like it's warming up, actually, next week, which I'm okay with. But, yeah.
I would settle for, winter in like the 20s. It can be below freezing. That's fine. It's just like, I don't want it to be so... Look, I'm not happy. Lloyd and Tilly aren't happy. Lloyd has been permanently burrowed underneath a blanket, and when I lift it up, he gives me this look like... like, no, Father, what are you doing? I require heat and coziness. I take them outside, and they're so excited for their walks because their little peanut brains forget. They're like, yay, we get to go out and sniff things. And then they get out there, and every time they're like, what is this? Father, why would you do this to me? Like... Lloyd understands. He's like, all right, let me do my business and get out of here. He'll like turn around and pull me back to the building. Tilly is in so much shock that this has happened to her that she's just quivering and doesn't know what to do. Forgets the fact that she's 13 and has been on multiple walks every day of her life forever, and it's a brand new experience. Poor little beast.
Love that. Yeah, no, I'm in the middle of drama club season myself, for high school, getting that. But like this last week, as of this recording, we have typically three rehearsals a week. 2 of them got canceled because of how cold it was, and it was just like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's only a couple of weeks left before the big show. By the time the next podcast episode is released, the show
done.
will have already happened.
Yep. Which is exciting and terrifying.
I was going to say, you don't seem excited, Mr. Director.
It'll be good. There's just a lot that needs to get done between now and then.
The show must go on.
Exactly.
It already has. You actually had the kids, we're on the podcast right now, but you actually had the kids out there doing some advertising of their own, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Just, A couple of them went to one of the local TV stations. In a couple weeks, they're going to a radio, doing some interviews there. We have posters out and everywhere.
Jack, can you believe this professional? Look at that. All of this promotion. He directs. He does the sound, the lighting. He does the promotion. Really, a one-man stop for everything.
It's not as exciting, or that's not as good of a thing as you make it sound.
No, Andy, it's your podcast. We have to talk you up.
Okay, that's fair. I need at least 2 more of me. But I don't know if the world will be ready for that. So, a couple new things that have happened. Or did you have any New Year's resolutions, Bookslot?
You know, I'm a person who makes resolutions. For anybody who's only listening and not watching, I just did a very exasperated head in hands gesture.
They also heard the sigh.
Yeah, but I wanted them to know exactly what happened.
Okay.
I went from my typical, stroking the beard and looking very thoughtfully off into the distance to just head in hands because, no, I don't really have any resolutions this year. I'm typically a resolutions person. I've had a lot of really good luck in the past with resolutions or, making some sort of declaration. Not luck, but, I don't know, maybe a little bit of it's luck. But, when I wanted to learn how to draw, I said, I'm going to draw a little bit every day. And I did that. And I drew every day for, 15 minutes. I would set a timer for over 2 years. I was like, I want to do this. And so that was my resolution, was that I wanted to learn how to draw. And to this day, I can kind of draw.
That's awesome.
I even did that on stream to prove that I can kind of do it. But that was a resolution. And I don't have anything like that this year. I'm just floating in the breeze. What about you?
I, too, am also floating in the breeze currently. My first resolution was more of a goal, and it was to get a job, which I did already, and we'll talk about that later.
Can you repeat what you just said? Because you just totally froze for me. You're back.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Your first goal was what?
To get a job, which I did.
Hey, you know what? That's perfectly fine. You're just ahead of the game. You've already completed your New Year's resolution. What's the difference between a goal and a resolution?
A resolution's ongoing, I think.
Are goals not ongoing?
Okay, so a resolution, I'm thinking I'm going to exercise more. It's an ongoing thing. Or I'm going to draw more. And you're setting a habit up. A goal is you have an end goal. Or I guess you could have an end goal to a resolution, whether that's losing weight or being able to draw better.
More goodly, yes.
I'm not sure what the difference is.
But it feels different in your mind, is that what you're saying?
It does, yeah.
Okay, valid. See, that's the thing. Is I think with resolutions, people make really vague ones that, like you just said, like exercise more. It's okay, but what is that? How will you know if you've accomplished the thing? You can't put more. Could be one day a week, one time, or it could be literally every day. And I think people set themselves up for failure when they don't give themselves a way to measure a thing. So this is my past as an occupational therapist coming up. You will not believe the amount of time I have had to write goals. It's a very real thing that your healthcare workers do. I had to write goals that were graded. I had to turn in goals as a school assignment. I had to write goals that then insurance companies had to decide, is this real? It's not. I'm not going to pay for this. So I have a lot of opinions on writing goals.
Interesting.
It was a real thing.
Yeah, we might have to come up with some goals together, maybe, on the Teamwork Tuesday and how that stuff goes, and see how we can involve it in the year.
Oh, did we not already set up? Well, we did kind of set up goals, but that's. I know it's been Chat, Andy has been working for a whole week, and you know how he's always a very sleepy guy. Now he's extra sleepy because he's back at it.
I've gone into the corporate which is very different from what I've done before.
He's all like dressed up and going in. He's got his like lunchbox
and my steps have been up so much, which is a good thing because I have to walk everywhere. But my legs were so tired after the week. I'm glad I'm sitting.
So this is a perfect segue, a thing that you're not using to get around at your new corporate job. Why don't you tell people about your job? People have been asking me for the details, and I'm like, they're not mine to give.
Nobody's asked me.
Yeah, well, that's because they're asking me. So why don't you use this to, like, formally give some information about it?
So, long story short, after I was let go from my last job, which we talked about, I think, in Thanksgiving or Christmas, I don't remember when we talked about it, I got a cold call from a recruiter that found my resume through one of the job searches. Finally got an interview right before Christmas. They got me in. I found out the week before I started that I was going to start. Basically, my job is that I'm an audiovisual technician for a corporation. Basically, I'm going around helping with audiovisual stuff. So, like, if it's a conference room, making sure things are working correctly, or if, like, something's going wrong, how do I fix it? Combining that also with some video editing, and making stuff for internal and external use cases, stuff like that. Basically, Help Desk Plus, it's a good job. I'm going to still be kind of vague about it, just because I'm not sure what I can and can't say. The job itself, the content that they make is like, I had to sign 3 or 4 different NDAs, and I was like, I don't know, like, obviously can't, divulge company secrets, but that's the extent of what my job is. I actually, the first day was supposed to be, what day was that? The 26th, but because of that cold that we had,
which was accompanied
down,
with a snowstorm, by the way.
Which was accompanied with a snowstorm, over a foot of snow. They were like, your starting date is actually going to be Tuesday. I was like, okay, great.
I mean, the roads were shut down. It's not like you had a choice.
Yes, they were. Level 3 snow emergency, which means you're liable to be arrested if you're out on the streets and you're not an essential worker.
Yeah. Which, fortunately, you're not anymore.
Not anymore. My last job I was, and I remember having to go. I remember getting yelled at by one of my coworkers because I still went to the office, even though we were in a snow emergency like this before, and I just had to slip and slide to work. But that's a different conversation. Totally.
I was gonna say, I hate that. I don't like the visual image of you. I'm imagining you're driving and the car is just like sliding like a top down the road.
I've only done that a couple times.
Please stop. Please stop describing this.
There's more of a
You're scaring chat.
Okay. Sorry,
You're scaring chat. They want you to be safe.
But no.
Also, I liked the visual image of like the redacted Bundy file, where like you can't release the information about your work.
I can give you
He's
vague
a secret agent. I'm calling it now.
I can give you the vague stuff, but I want to keep this job. It's treated me very nice. The coworkers are great, and I feel fulfilled. So
imagine. Can you even imagine out there? Like, imagine a job where they like treat you like a human being.
That's wild.
Right? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
But that's enough about me. Let's talk about what we... Well, I guess no.
It's your podcast. It's literally all about you. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Enough about my personal life. Let's talk streaming. Content.
All right.
That's what
fine.
I meant.
You know what? I think you just haven't considered all the possible avenues of content. Oh, maybe one of the resolutions, maybe one of the Teamwork Tuesday resolutions should be that we have, what do they call that? We have like an out in the world stream, like an IRL
stream.
What if we have an IRL stream before the end of the year? Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be interesting.
I think that should be a resolution. I think we could do that. Because we're just not exploring all the avenues of content that we could have. Teamwork exists all year round. It's not just on Tuesdays.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
And
I'm saying this on the podcast, so now we're like sort of committed to it. So
kind of.
Yeah. Please comment in the description below if you would like to see an IRL stream.
And what kind of IRL stream would we do? I guess elaborate in the comments, please.
Yeah. Stop, collaborate, listen, go make the comment right now.
But we've done a lot of, like, even just this January, at least on my end, we've been doing a fair amount of content, just in general, not just like streams. So Sundays I've been doing this little mini thing called Switch It Up Sundays. Basically, I'm like, this backlog is too big, let's pare it down a little bit. So each of
I am familiar with having a large backlog, that's true.
Yeah.
An absolute dump truck of a backlog.
Yep. So basically I have my Super Nintendo Classic and then all of the Switch Online games. I put them in a wheel. We spin, whatever that wheel lands on is what I play. It's the rules, I stick to them. However...
Wait. Andy is calling out a specific moment in which he clearly... He spun a game that he clearly didn't want to play. He was like, ugh. You could, like, feel it emanating off of him. He was like, oh, I don't want to play this. And chat was being all nice and was like, oh, you could just spin again, or like, no, it's okay, just play something else. And he's like, no, these are the rules.
Yep. But
turns out Andy is lawful good. He's
but
like,
chat can alter what's happening by donating. So like bit cheering, there's a channel point redemption for spinning the wheel, sub gifting, and then based on how much and what they do, we can either spin again, go back to the previous game, or the chat person who donated can pick the game. Basically,
it's putting your fate in everyone else's hands.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever they want to do. That's so, that's crazy. That I feel like I've heard about someone doing something like that before, like back around the holidays, but I can't.
It doesn't. I don't have the crackers though.
Exactly remember who was doing that, but maybe with like NES.
Did you ever finish Zelda 2?
No. You know what's fun? You know what's funny? Actually, you asking me about Zelda 2. Even though it is it's not my favorite Zelda, but it's up there. It's probably top 3 for me. I have actually never beaten it.
Oh, really?
I have actually never like finished the game. When I was a kid, first off, if you've never played Zelda 2, or if you've played it but like never finished it, it's a tough game. It's but it keeps going. The final dungeon, the Grand Palace, is such a massive jump up in difficulty. All right, like if the game is normally like a 7 out of 10 difficulty, the Grand Palace is like an 11 out of 10. All of a sudden, it's very difficult. It's huge. It has a bunch of dead ends. So like it takes time, and you burn through you burn through health and magic and lives to get to the end, and then at the end. Remember, in this story, I'm like 6 years old. So the fact that I can even get to the end, I have to say, is pretty impressive. Thank you. Yes. No, the applause is not necessary. But I couldn't beat... There's 2 bosses. I couldn't beat the first one. It's a bird. It's like a thunderbird or something. I couldn't beat it. So I never knew. And to this day, I've actually never gone back and beaten it. I never knew that there's another boss after that, and that is Dark Link. That is the first appearance of Dark. I had no idea. I couldn't do it. And then, yeah. Also, at the time, I mean, I'm 6 years old, but that still means that these events are taking place in, like, 1995. So the NES battery was pretty worn out, so if it could hold a save file for more than a day or two... it was really a flip of the coin. So I had to get good enough at this game, to just blast through the whole thing in like a day or two, and I just didn't have the endurance to finish it. So yeah, I've actually never beaten Zelda 2. That's your young slap anecdote.
Well, I guess we'll have to make that a goal at some point to complete. Is that why you do all the achievement completing now?
Because I was denied finishing Zelda 2. Maybe. Yeah. If one of the lore masters in chat can like add that to the official Book Slap lore, yeah, that could be the reason. We're building a background for my character as we speak.
There you go.
But more about track. Andy. Enough about Book Slap.
About
more
Switch
about
It Up Sundays. We do that. We've played a bunch of games.
You've even beaten some already.
I've even beaten Star Fox 1 and 2. Star Fox 2. I don't think we've beaten any others.
No, didn't you? No, you beat Star Fox 1. You beat one of the paths.
One
you
route,
can just... Yeah,
but
there's
there
just
are two more routes.
Yeah.
And chat said that I didn't complete it until I do the other two.
That's true. Do you like know which ones you have to do still? I guess it's like left, middle, right, and you like did the middle
first.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
So we'll do that, and then once they're done, once I complete them, I'm taking them out of the roll. Exceptions are like some of the bigger, longer ones. We didn't touch Mario RPG yet. Earthbound we started.
Yeah, you have started Earthbound.
And Final Fantasy 3, 6, whatever you call it.
You can just call it 6. It's okay. If you say 3, people are going to think you mean Luneth, and you don't even know about Luneth.
But the Super Nintendo calls it 3.
Yeah, but that's from a dark age.
Okay.
That's from a dark age where we used to get different versions of games or not get things at all between Japan and the NA.
So that's Switch It Up Sundays. Next month for...
Also, justice for Luneth. It's not Onion Knight. They gave him a name. Stick with it. Poor guy. Anyway, go on.
For February, aside from the special stream that's happening on the 1st, which we'll talk about later, I'll probably be switching to... I'm not sure which console we're going to do yet, but we're going to take a break from the SNES Classic, and for the next month, do a different console, whether it's the NES, SNES, NSO, which is different, Genesis. N64, Game Boy Advance.
I am really hoping
GameCube. Virtual Boy.
Wait, when does the Virtual Boy NSO come out?
I don't remember. I saw there was an announcement for it. I got the notification. Did not watch the video, so I'll do that later.
Man, I'm just saying, if you want to do the Virtual Boy, maybe just commit to a single stream and not a whole month of them, because that's a lot, and that's a lot of time, and well, everybody who's ever played a Virtual Boy knows what I'm getting at, so they're not the best.
And it could be 12 to 16 hours-ish of content?
Yeah, but it's like 12 to 16 hours of your life that you never get back.
And seeing red. Yes, got it.
Yeah. Yes, they will have you seeing red. That is true. Both literally and metaphorically. That is accurate. That was my experience. But at least they don't come with the headaches.
Played it, so...
Look, they tried a thing, and they did. But I am excited for you to try out some, to do some Genesis games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Or when you do the NES, you might end up playing Wizard Murder Simulator, which is a game that I showed you the other day, and immediately the wizard died.
Yeah. But that's Switch It Up Sundays. The other things we're doing, I've also finished Metroid Prime Remastered, which was cool. I played Yooka-Laylee. I'm going through Oracle of Ages, and that's streaming-wise, doing a lot of that, plus Teamwork Tuesday. And then a new thing I started this year on my website, if you look, there is now a stream diary. Pretty much every day, every time I stream, I don't remember if I did it for this last one. I need to go back and check. But basically, I put the VOD, so you can go watch it back and later. A couple sentences of, hey, this is what we did. And stream stats if you're curious, and maybe it'll come up later for things. So I've done that. But also on my website, not just the streams, but I'm also doing every Monday through this year. I guess this is a resolution of mine.
Yeah, I know. I was going to point that out. Thank you.
I'm doing a Music Monday. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking every Monday I am highlighting a video game music piece that is either has affected me personally in some way, whether it's like a memory of XYZ or something that reminds me of something else, or just I like the song.
I was gonna say, or maybe one that you just really like.
Exactly. I did one every Monday in January. For January, I did like a Banjo-Kazooie song because,
Yeah, because obviously, yeah.
King's Quest 6. There was Bonanza, and
One from Civilization.
Civilization. Yeah.
Yeah.
Civ 4.
I was gonna say I don't know which one. I've never played Civilization, so I don't know which one. Well, for more than like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but and so I'm going to try and come up with 52 different songs, and
It just occurred to me that this means that at the end of the year you can release the mixtape,
that's true.
the playlist. You could release the playlist at the end of the year.
Or I could build it as I go and make it like a YouTube playlist.
You could, but then you don't have the dramatic unveiling.
That's true.
Like, sure, but then you don't get to like drop the hottest playlist of 2026. So
I'll keep that in mind.
I guess.
But those are the big things that I've been doing with my content. I'm really excited. I really enjoyed Metroid Prime a lot more than I thought I would. Yooka-Rippley was shorter than I.
Hold on, wait. We gotta stop. Hold on, I gotta ask. Didn't the game feel entirely different once you finally got the plasma beam?
The red one, right?
The one that shoots a column of lava at an enemy?
Yes.
Because finally you could just blast everything, and it wasn't a problem.
Unless the enemies were like yellow or white or purple, then
Unless they
it
were
just
color-coded.
reflects off.
It's true. It's true. But everything else, I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then at that point I had all of the other upgrades as well, so it made it a lot easier to navigate, although it doesn't have fast travel, so I had to figure out where I was going.
I do have to ask, because there was the leak the other day, like, not like 100% confirmed leak, but there was a Walmart ad, something about Nintendo subscriptions and NSO, and they had this banner image, and in the banner image there's all these different games lined up that are on the NSO, and it's like, oh, subscriptions, play tons of extra games with your things. And in that ad, people immediately noticed that Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is in that banner page, and we all went, oh, I guess we're not getting that remaster ever, because it's coming to NSO. When it does, is that going to go on your list? Will you play Metroid Prime 2?
I will consider it. There are only so many hours of game that I have allotted, and I have to decide what other games. Obviously, if it's out during the GameCube month for Switch It Up Sunday, it could show up on there.
That's true. That's true. Because there's not very many GameCube NSO games, right? There's only a handful.
About 6, I think.
Yeah. So this leak, if it is truly a leak and not just like somebody made some, graphic, had both Metroid Prime 2 and Pikmin 2, which I feel like is much more like in your...
But Pikmin 1 through 3 are already on Switch, like they're remasters.
Yeah, but it had Pikmin 2 on there, so...
Mm-hmm. So they could still remake Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I kind of feel like at this point, I don't know, maybe.
I guess it would depend on how well Metroid Prime 4 was received, because they remastered
the remaster
4,
of 1.
or they remastered 1. They released 4.
At the end of the day, it's a business, yeah.
And 2 and 3 were on the Wii and Wii U?
No, 2 was on the GameCube. I actually own a physical copy of it. Played it for like 30 minutes, but I was so burnt out after Prime 1 that I just never went back. And then 3 was on the Wii.
Okay. So yeah, it's possible.
Okay. All right, you heard it here first, folks. He's definitely playing Metroid Prime 2. Got it.
Yeah.
I also have to ask about ukulele. I'm Barbara Walters for a minute. I'm asking you all of these questions, but with better hair. So, as a banjo, I'm going to say aficionado. We're going to be polite about this. You've already played ukulele. I almost mispronounced the name. How did you feel about ukulele?
Ukulele took a lot that people complained about in ukulele's release, improved it, made it better. There were some things that I was kind of iffy about, like getting all the moves at the beginning. It made it a lot easier to navigate, sure, and got rid of the stamina bar for the Talon Trot mode, or whatever it's called for ukulele. But I enjoyed it. I like the potential between. I mean, yeah, I've been following ukulele since they originally announced it back in 2014, 2015. I think I've talked about this on stream before. I was doing a panel at a convention down in Cincinnati in like 2013, 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. There's actually like a VOD of it on my Twitch channel still. It was one of those that stuck, but I think the audio got messed up.
Yeah, I've watched it. The audio is messed up. Yeah, you can still watch it, but there's no sound for part of it.
Yeah. So basically, I gave a history of Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie and gone from there. At the end, they had shown a teaser of ukulele, it was like their eyes in the grass and stuff like that. I actually reached out to Playtonic's HR, I think, or press, or whatever it was, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this panel the same time that you're releasing the information. Would it be possible to get that information and so I could release it? And they're like, no, sorry, I don't know who you are. Go away. They didn't actually
go
say
away,
that,
crazy person. Yeah.
But I was like, I understand. That's kind of a bummer. But I was really excited. I actually am in the credits as a backer. I backed that game on Kickstarter back when they announced it. So if you're playing ukulele and then speed through the credits, because there are a lot of credits.
The credits are so long. Seriously, some of maybe the longest credits I've ever seen. Like the most names.
So then you get to like the A-N-D, get past the Andrews to the Andes, and you'll find me there.
It's true. You did that. You showed that on stream.
I did.
We went through, and it was like, there he is. There's the guy.
We saw that, and we also saw Josh Jepson on there. I don't know if any other people that I know.
There probably are.
I just haven't gone through it.
Yeah, or like maybe they're in there by their by the government names.
Oh, that
and
could be.
You don't know them by an internet name, like a handle. There probably are. Again, there are some small countries with fewer names than these credits. They were intense.
Well, you I don't know if you knew this, but like, it was backed quickly and way past what they expected.
I stopped paying attention to Kickstarter, like many people, by like 2012.
I'm still actively involved, yeah.
It only took a couple times. Like, the heyday of Kickstarter is so long past. It only took getting burned once or twice for, I think, a lot of people to be like, or to like change their mindset where it's like, well, I'll give you this money if I never get anything for it, like, that's okay, at least I tried. But yeah, I haven't paid attention to Kickstarter since like 2012.
Yeah.
Not to say that there aren't like cool things there, sure, but
yeah, I've only backed a few games. Ukulele was one of them. Tadpole Treble was one of them. I'm in the credits of that one too. Carol Quest 64, which I've played the demo on stream.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one.
Yeah, after the demo came out, I was like, I'm backing this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that one seemed good.
I'm excited. There's actually going to be possibly a cameo, like a graffiti art with, it says Bundy Bear was here or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, wall graffiti, something you would definitely do. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the cheaper of the cameo tiers, and the other one was like too much, and I think it was sold out at the time anyway. I was like, yeah. But after I started Zelda Oracle of Ages because 3 years ago I finished Oracle of Seasons on stream. And I said at the end of that, I was like, I'd love to go back and play Oracle of Ages.
Famous last words.
Time got away from me, and I was going through my VODs, and I was like, I never started Oracle of Ages. So we decided to start. I am, 3 streams into it?
And you're you just finished like Dungeon 5, I think it was?
I think so.
Yeah, the Crown.
The
Crown Dungeon, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's hard.
It's hard, but I'm
hard.
Enjoying it actually. And then since I've played Seasons already, I can go back and
you still have your save file.
I still have the save file, yes, because of NSO and all that. So I keep going back and forth. Like, oh, they gave me a code. Great, save state. Go over here, put in the code. Great. They give me a
bonus.
Code. Come back over here. Yeah.
Yeah. For anyone who's never played them, you get like bonuses to go back and forth to like be able to hold more items, or for an extra heart container, or for a sword upgrade. Like there's a lot, and some of them are of questionable value, but other ones are really nice.
I
like
got
a whole
some
extra heart
ones
container.
last time. I got the big Goron sword last time.
You did.
It's a two-handed sword.
You got a two-handed sword in a 2D top-down Zelda, which is
wild.
Which is weird. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've got, I think, there's 7 or 8 pieces of thing to get.
There's 8. Yeah, there's 8.
8.
Yeah, they follow the Link's Awakening format pretty closely.
Okay. So,
for anyone who's never played them, Oracle of Seasons and Ages are kind of like Link's Awakening hard mode. Like, they're just an enhanced version in a way. Like, it's a completely different game, but like they follow the same like format, and they use the DX graphics and things. And Ages is, I will go on record as saying, one of the toughest canon Zelda games.
Yeah, I've read some articles where they say like Seasons is the combat focused, Ages is the puzzle focused, so it's a little different.
And they are not kidding.
Yeah, so I have, I think, is it 3 dungeons, and then Ages boss, and then combined game boss.
Correct.
The way I understand it.
That is correct. Yep, for doing a save file where you finished one game and then you moved on, you get to fight the secret boss, and secret because you can't predict what that's going to be in a Zelda game. What do you mean the final boss is?
It's Dark Link, isn't it?
It's actually the bird from Zelda 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you get the thunder spell?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
Maybe I get in the next dungeon.
You might. Mm-hmm.
But I'm enjoying that. I have some ideas of games that I want to play after Oracle of Ages. So we'll see. Hang on. I'm not going to say what they are in case they change.
That's good. No, that's good. Yeah, don't promise too much. You don't want to let people know that you're jumping straight into Metroid Prime 2. You want to let them like discover that.
When are they releasing it on NSO?
No, official hardware only.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't want to let people
You're going
know.
to give me a GameCube?
I don't even have a GameCube. Not anymore.
I never had a GameCube.
You know what? I had a black GameCube from way back in the day, and in one of my many moves, it's gone. And the real kick in the butt is that I had the Game Boy Player, so I had the attachment. So that's gone, but I still have the disc, which is apparently the like harder to find, like more valuable part. So
it is. I know,
still have that.
My sister, I think, got a GameCube at a garage sale for like $5. Had the Game Boy Player on it. Did not have the disc. So we had to go to a local game shop. It was probably like $80 to $100 for the disc.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they probably get damaged and destroyed because these are things that children had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
yeah,
that's a lot of content. That's a lot of
ton of content.
It's a lot of No, I mean from you.
Well, that's what I was going to segue into. You've also done a fair amount of content, not just on stream, but
I've been so busy. Yeah. I immediately started. So in the last podcast, we were talking about my my holiday backlog clear out marathon. That ended January 1. I didn't do it. There were like a couple more days that I could have done it. That ended January 1 because on January 2, instead of the 2nd, I'm saying January 2, the sequel to January. If January is so good, why isn't there a January 2? I went to AGDQ, to Awesome Games Done Quick. I volunteered. I was technically volunteering for both setup and donations. Volunteering for setup was weird because by the time I got there, like the weekend, like before it started, it was basically already set up. I helped construct part of the set. Like if you were watching GDQ and like they had the interviews with doctors and their interstitial segments, or like, you know, the big half an hour like pre-show before things launch, and the hosts are all in front of this set, I helped put that together. That was most of what I did.
So for the like one person in the community who doesn't know what AGDQ is, can you tell them what it is?
I don't really want to, because I feel like it should be a punishment that they don't get to understand what I'm talking about, but I will. So it's a speedrun charity marathon where basically it's a week-long marathon. They do it twice a year. Awesome Games Done Quick happens in the winter, typically January, and Summer Games Done Quick happens in the summer. I want to say late June, early July. I think it floats a little bit. But it's basically a nonstop speedrun marathon for a whole week that raises money for different charities. So for this one, they were raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I don't know the exact total that they got to. I forget now because it's been several weeks. But it was it was like $2.5 million.
That sounds about right.
A large amount of dollars. Several dollars, at least. But yeah, then I was reading and managing donations for a couple of shifts. I got to do the donations during the Final Fantasy X run, which was great, which was peak book slap. I love Final Fantasy X, as I have alluded to frequently on my own streams and during Teamwork Tuesday, and man, the future stream where we play through Final Fantasy X and you're playing and I'm just like giggling like a madman the whole time, it's gonna be great. Where I finally get you to ride the Shoepuff will be great, as long as you stay away from the summoner. What is it on?
Yeah,
it's on many things. PS2 is its original release, but it has since been re-released on PS3 through 5. Switch, actually, I have it on Switch and on PC because they keep remastering it. Anyway, yeah, so that was great. I got to read all the jokes and decide which ones were good enough to actually go to the host to be read on air. Don't worry, it was most of them, but, you know, I did get to be that person who made the judgments. So that was a whole thing. That was in Pittsburgh. It was very cold then, not as cold as it has been recently. But that was an interesting way to start the year. And I was working during it too, so I would like go and do my shifts because I couldn't get the time off work. So I'd like go do my volunteer shifts, and then I would go back to my hotel and work for a whole day, and then fall asleep because I was really tired. But that's not all the charity stuff that I did. I did a marathon run of my own for a marathon called Defeating Games. That was for supporting the Video Game History Foundation. I did the Resident Evil 2 Remake Claire B no damage attempt because sadly we did not complete the run during the actual event. Because the second boss, anyone who's ever played any kind of challenge or speedrun for RE2 Remake knows that the second boss is the one that's gonna show off. He knows that you're on camera, he knows you're doing a thing, and he's gonna decide, hey, no, what if you just don't do that? So he got us. He got a couple of good slaps in like a silly way that has literally not happened in months of me doing this run. So I was a little disappointed, but I was like, you know, it happens. We raised money. We raised, during my segment, almost $250 for the charity. So that was cool. And we had a lot of fun, made new friends. So that was a neat thing. In the future, I don't think I'll run any more that game, No Damage. I'll come up with a new challenge run that we want to do.
Silent Health, right?
No, we're not going to do Silent Health, No Damage. Man, that would be such a pain in the butt.
You kept talking about it every time you streamed it.
That's because I was considering it for a little while. So I did also go back to Silent Hill F. We finished that game on my regular streams. That was most of January. We got all the achievements. That was such a great game. That's finally a good Silent Hill. Finally, some delicious food from Silent Hill. Instead of, the masterfully crafted lore and worlds wrapped tightly around a terrible core gameplay loop, like most Silent Hill games have been. If you disagree with me, please tell me that I'm stupid in the comments. It's fine.
I've
give
never
you
played a
permission.
Silent Hill game, so I have no context.
You're not.
The only thing.
Watch a run and you'll be good.
The only thing I know is the dog ending for one of them.
There are dog endings in several of them.
And Pyramid Head from Dead by Daylight.
Yes, Pyramid Head from Dead by Daylight, like Chun-Li from Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marty McFly from Fortnite.
Yeah, oh, that's true. The one who hits
Yeah.
the gritty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those Fortnite characters make appearances in Silent Hill. That's true. But we did get all the achievements for Silent Hill F. That was fun. I did enjoy that. We just went back to Hollow Knight. I want to finish that up. Lots of achievements. I was actually doing stuff for that today before we started recording the podcast. I've decided that I don't want to do any more of the nonsense achievements on stream. Like, look at all the documents. Go check into all the things. Talk to this person in all the areas that they appear in. Like, that stuff's boring. I hate so much when I'm streaming a game and doing the achievements and I have to be looking over here, playing the game, and then stop, pull up another window, look at like a map that points out like, here's the 3 areas you have to go to find document 127 to get this achievement. Like, I hate that, and I'm so self-conscious about it. That was why I stopped playing Dead Space, the remake, on stream, is because there were documents that I couldn't find, like audio logs, and I was like, this is horrible. People are watching me just run around like doing a checklist. So I finally just stopped because I was annoyed with it. I've decided that I won't let those things stop me. I'll just do them off stream. Like, we'll play through it's like we'll play through the game, you'll get the experience, you get to hang out with your second favorite streamer, Bookslap, and it's fine. And then we'll just do the fun stuff like fighting bosses and completing hard mode or whatever on the actual stream. So like with Hollow Knight, I have it lined up so the next time we stream, so from here it'll be like a Sunday morning, we can just go like fight some bosses. It'll just be fun. It'll be actual content. Excuse me. I'm having seltzer burps in the middle of my impassioned rant about the kinds of content that I want to produce. This is apparently the content that I feel really passionate about and gives me seltzer burps. But then, you know what? You know what I also feel really impassioned about? Continuing to spin the wheel. I asked you a question and I didn't let you answer, but...
What was my question?
What kind of content do I feel impassioned about?
Oh, that was a question?
Well, yeah, in the way that it was phrased. With a question mark, and... I'm sorry, I was too excited. I couldn't give you the, inflection that you needed to understand. But I also didn't let you answer, so it's fine.
It's okay.
I need to calm down.
Sorry, I was just really excited about your wheel spinning, because...
Yeah. Please continue.
Wheel spinning's exciting.
It is. So, you know what I'm trying to do this year? One of my resolutions is that I'm trying to meet some financial goals. I'm trying to be a responsible adult, which means stop buying games that you don't play, Bookslap. So what I'm actually going to do this year on my stream is I have a bunch of games that I've bought that I want to play, that I know I'll like, or maybe I'll hate, I don't know, but I think I'll like, that I'm going to load them up onto a wheel. And when we finish Hollow Knight, when that's all said and done, we'll just start spinning that wheel and playing whatever games it decides. There are some true bangers in there, and there's some that I don't know.
You also have that community challenge for playing Kingdom Hearts.
I do, that's true. People keep asking me when I'm going to play Kingdom Hearts on stream, as though I've never played Kingdom Hearts before. I have.
On stream?
I have never played them on stream, that's true. But I have played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 back in, their original releases and their, enhanced 2.8 final mix, whatever.
That makes a whole one
versions.
of us.
Yeah, that's true. So I decided to create a community goal and let people contribute towards it. And when that goal is fulfilled, it will probably happen during Hollow Knight. we'll play Kingdom Hearts 1, and then we'll make a new community goal, and for whatever game like comes next, and when that goal gets filled up, we will play that Kingdom Hearts game, and we'll just keep going, and we'll see what games we get through this year. It's going to be my stream journey. We're not going to do all the achievements for everything, but we might do achievements for some things. It depends on if they're fun and cool, and don't have me looking for 100 audio logs.
There you go. And sidebar.
Also, for the record, chat, I have offered to loan Andy, really just for him to take it out of the library, my PS4 and also Kingdom Hearts. So it's entirely possible that he'll decide that he wants to do that. And then the Kingdom Hearts community challenges will just stop because I won't have a copy of it anymore. Andy will. So it'll just transfer responsibility to Andy.
The fine print is actually the community challenge isn't for Book Slap, it's for Andy.
Can you imagine if No, I would never do that. I would never. So that's a thing on Teamwork Tuesday. People ask us all the time, like, oh, are you going to play this game, or you should play that game, or I think you'd really like it. And I tell people, like, we're only going to play games that we want to play. That both of us want to play. Like, there are games that I want to play that I don't think Andy does. And there are things that Andy wants to play that I probably wouldn't want to. And, like, we're not going to force each other to play a game. We have to both be interested in it. So, fortunately, Andy is interested in playing Kingdom Hearts. That's where I'm going with this.
It's Disney, so...
It is mostly Disney, as you will see. You've seen them, right? Have you seen playthroughs?
Yeah, Obi-Wan362, a good friend of mine, he actually started his YouTube channel and got big on YouTube doing Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays. And so I've seen a couple episodes here and there while I'm doing homework, while I'm doing other things. I'm like, I want to play it at some time, so I'm not going to spend too much time looking at it. Exactly.
For anybody who's only listening, Andy did like an eyes wide, like zoom in, like staring at it, like.
But also talking about new things for the streams, I forgot to mention. I was inspired by Book Slap and added an ! random command on my stream this month, which is very similar to his, where it's a bunch of different rarities of sound effects.
Go on.
Ranging from common to legendary.
Ranging from quiet to deafening.
We've, until the 30th, we had not seen a legendary. Shout out to chat for getting 2 in one night.
Wow, the fact that you're not saying his name is gonna burn him so much. He's gonna be so mad at you.
Great job, JJ Fence Jumper.
No, you ruined it!
If you wouldn't have said anything, I wouldn't have.
But so I wanted everyone to... No! You're welcome, but also I'm sad. See, I can't help but be a helpful little guy. It's in my nature. Mm-hmm. Even to my detriment.
Alright, so is there anything else that you want to talk about of content that you did on your Twitch stream?
I don't know. I did do a lot of other content that we haven't talked about, but that's because you were there at the time.
Oh yeah, Teamwork Tuesday.
Yeah, how's that been going?
It's been going well. We've been... Wow, my brain just stopped. Where are the notes?
Well, see, this is why this is why I write the notes. It's one brain cell. We can't both have it activated at the same time.
Oh, you did that teamwork, the co-working stream while you were at GDQ.
We did, yeah. Me being on a trip did not stop Teamwork Tuesday, as it has actually never stopped.
Teamwork
Chad,
Tuesday.
Did you realize there have been multiple Teamwork Tuesdays where I have been on a trip?
It's not easily defeated. It's
not easy. There's been like 3. I can think of 3 different ones. We played Peak, we played Hexen, and we did a co-working stream where I was drawing and working on some Teamwork Tuesday logos.
You were
that
doing
I need
logos,
to
and I was doing
continue.
Music.
That's true. The chat was helping Andy figure out lyrics and commenting on the different things.
I need to go back and work more on.
Yeah, we both need to. Maybe we'll do that today. Maybe we should set the goal and also establish it like now, that by the end of February there will be like something. We'll have something to show.
Let's say end of Q1, so end of March.
End of Q1. Okay, end of March. Okay, good. So that way, when we have something at the end of February, we're ahead of. Yeah.
Exactly. What else? What other game have we been playing when we weren't doing co-working?
We played Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game.
That's true.
Which was great because the whole time I'm thinking, wow, this game is actually, it's on easy. We're playing it on like the easiest setting, and it's like kind of hard. We got all the way to the final boss without realizing there was a whole stat system that you could upgrade. Sure, you level up, but that's not how you actually get stronger. Weirdly. And the game doesn't really tell you this.
Right.
It does not indicate that this is how it works.
So we played on hard, easy mode.
We basically did a level 1 run of the game.
Yes.
And got all the way to the end, and we're like, well, I guess we're just not going to finish this. I don't know. This game is kind of dragging on, like, which is a shame because we both love Scott Pilgrim. And then, yeah, and then we discover that, like, literally right after the stream ends, we discover that there's actually a whole upgrade system. It's like, oh, that would have made the game much easier. And fun fact, it did.
It did.
It did make the game way easier when, you know, you have stats. We did some Mario Karting.
We did.
We got Mario Karted. That's true. Yeah, checked out some new, I always forget what it's called. Knockout Tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some knockout tours with some community members, and that was fun. I'm ready to not play that game for another like 4 or 5 months. I'm good. I understand that it makes me crispy, that it makes me angry, and I am mature enough to not play it. I'll admit that. I get tilted at it. I'm big enough to admit that, and it's like, okay, I'm good. Cool, thanks.
There you go. What was I gonna say?
Oh,
Moving on.
Were you gonna hint at what the next Teamwork Tuesday game is gonna be?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Can I hint at what the next Teamwork Tuesday game is gonna be?
Go for it, book slap.
Okay. It will be... Man, what if I just picked something out of left field right now? I was like, surprise! We're playing this!
We're doing Roblox. No.
No. Can you even... Like, you can't play... That's like saying...
I've never actually played it, so...
That's like saying that you're gonna play Steam. Because the Roblox
Really?
is... Yeah, because, like, when you go into Roblox, you, like, pick a game...
Oh.
I used to have students that would show me this, like high school and middle schoolers who would show me. Like, when you play Roblox, you have to, like, pick something within it to then play.
Huh.
Yeah. And you gotta get through There are a couple of Roblox games that are legitimately fun. There's a couple. The rest of them, the hundreds of thousands of other Roblox games, are not fun.
Understood.
Or are like weird knockoffs of other games. Like if you have, like, I'm sure there's plenty of Roblox Banjo-Kazooies. Because I've seen the Roblox Resident Evils.
Interesting.
And Roblox Tomb Raiders, and like, yeah, it's yeah. We're gonna play. The hint that I'll give is that the game that we're gonna play was originally on the Game Boy Advance.
It has
and
phones.
And it is very cute. Wait, was it Game Boy Advance?
Yes.
Yes, and it's very cute. Not just because I'm there.
But now that we've hinted at it, I'll just have to wait and see. But let's talk about some of the stuff that we've been talking about in Discord.
Yeah, so Discord had a slightly unhinged moment earlier, and it really took me back at first. Cinnamon rolls and chili, that's apparently a thing?
Okay, so I didn't grow up with it, but apparently that was a staple in the Midwest, like the Minnesota, Wisconsin type of area. Not as weird to me as it seemed to be to other people. So I live in Ohio.
For the record, I don't think it's weird. I was just kind of like, really? But
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird.
I live in Ohio. One of the big things that they like to do is the Cincinnati chili, the Skyline chili. It's chili with cinnamon. Okay. So, put that on a bun. You have cinnamon roll. And so, it's not that weird to me.
You put it on it becomes a precious little cinnamon bun. Next time somebody is referred to as a cinnamon as a cinnamon roll, I'm gonna think that they're covered in chili.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna assume that they're like that one episode of The Office where Kevin spills the chili in the intro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what that means now.
All right,
a little cinnamon bun covered in chili. But like, it does make sense though. It's like because the roll itself. Like, it's not weird to have bread with chili, you know?
Right.
Like, you dip it in, or you put the chili, like, on something else. Like, you know, there's a bun with, like, a chili dog
Conies.
or something.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, so, like, that's not weird. They kind of fit together. The roll will, like, absorb some of that. And then the cinnamon and sugar from it is just going to get blended into the savoriness of the stew. Because chili is, like, really just like a specific kind of stew, I guess. Like a thick stew,
or
like
soup,
if you had to
depending
fit
on
it,
where you're at.
Yeah, like you had to if you had to fit it in like a hierarchy of food, you know.
Soups and stews.
Yeah, but is soup a sandwich? If you put it on if you put chili on a roll, does that make it a sandwich?
No. You said on a roll?
Yeah. But open-faced sandwiches are a thing. Are open-faced sandwiches not a sandwich?
No, they're open-faced.
So what's the difference between chili on a roll and an open-faced sandwich? I'm pretty sure chili's a sandwich. Which, of course, means that it's a taco. Because sandwiches are tacos.
Okay.
Look, there's Whoa. There's ground beef. There are beans. They're open-faced, which is chili. So chili is technically a taco. We're breaking new ground. Did you even imagine this would be what 2026 is like? No, you couldn't possibly.
So Taco Tuesday is now Cinnamon Roll Tuesday. Got it.
Cinnamon Roll Tuesday.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as good.
Roll off the tongue. Good. Proud of you.
Yep. So
chili is a taco.
Has there been any other like big discussion? I mean, we had some
discussions
pretty interesting
besides chili and tacos.
Yeah, we've had some pretty interesting movie nights this month.
We have, and they're all escaping my brain.
Well,
you must
Wicked
have the brain cell.
Was one of them.
Wicked
Your
for
Name
Good.
was one of them.
Mm-hmm. That was a really good movie.
That was a good movie.
Your Name definitely lived up to people's descriptions of it. That was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm. Philadelphia was last week's.
Very good and sad. And
I'm
I love
missing
sad
one.
things. The next one will be
Well,
the Iron
yeah,
Giant.
the next one was Iron Giant, but there was one I missed.
We have been watching a lot of sad movies lately. Wicked for Good was the first.
Just the wheels' fault.
Well, it's also the Discord's fault. Because remember
they voted.
that we vote on them. Look, I wanted us to watch Evolution this week. I was probably the only person to vote on it. I tried to give us a lighthearted comedy. I tried to give us a lighthearted science fiction comedy, but no.
The Fifth Element was the other one.
There we go. Perfect. What a quartet of movies.
Yes. And then Iron Giant.
I haven't seen Iron Giant since I was a kid. I don't really remember it. So it'll be...
It's in Ready Player One.
I also have never seen that.
That's a good one. If it's not on the movie night list, I might add it.
I think I've seen, like, the first couple of minutes of it.
It's set in Columbus.
I did know that, actually. I did know that. I think I was watching something on Amazon, and whatever I was watching ended, and it was, like, the next thing that came up, and I ended up watching, like, a couple of minutes of it as I was, like, I don't know, playing a game or doing something. I don't remember what the other thing was. And of course, like most nerds, I have owned at least one copy of the book. But, you know.
Yep.
But wait, there was one last thing that we have to talk about, because we are slightly over time.
Mm-hmm.
You have put something together to help the community grow and get better.
I totally forgot about it. It's literally in the notes twice.
This isn't the first time that I've had to remind Andy about this.
So...
And when I say Andy put this together, I might mean that I put it together. And then
Bookslap has been very helpful in helping me put together a survey that we are trying to get a feel of what the audience thinks of the Discord and the Twitch channel. It was a form. I put it out on stream. We mentioned it on Discord. Gonna close it by the 1st. Probably by the time that this podcast is out. Maybe. We'll see. Getting ideas of what people want to see, what things that we're doing well, what things can be improved, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, stuff like that. Is there anything else you wanted to elaborate to it?
No, I was just gonna say that it's important that we make stuff that, you know, we think people like. Because we could pick whatever we want and just do whatever we want. And we will do that. But it's like, we also want it to be entertaining and to help grow the community and just help people have a good time. Well, so, like, your feedback is really important.
It is. And it's a community.
It's not just about... You were saying this on stream yesterday. It's like, you could just decide the movie. You could just pick the movie night thing, but instead you let people vote on it because you care that people are, like, engaged in something that they actually like.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that goes for everything, not, you know, game nights and Twitch streams and all this stuff. Like, you want people to have a good time.
Yep. I want people to think that their opinions matter as well.
You want them to think that, yes.
Isn't that what I said? Okay. You just had to emphasize a different word. I get it.
Yes. And that changes... You know what? Never mind. We're just gonna let it go because there's something more important that we have to say before, like right before we sign off, is that by the time this goes up, it will already have been Andy's birthday. So everybody needs to comment down below "Happy Birthday, Andy," to make sure that he has a great birthday. Because if you don't, he's gonna have a sad birthday. And is that what you want?
I'm already turning 35, so.
So so ancient. Can you imagine being 35?
I'm the same age as Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, wow. So are you going to, like, room together in the retirement home?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I mean...
I think I'm a couple months older kind of thing.
Okay. So you get the choice of... Okay, yeah. So you get to choose the retirement home because you're older. Wow, so old. Basically dust. Basically dust. Yeah, basically dust.
That's what the lotion's for, to prevent the dust.
To hold the dust, to become a lotion homunculus.
Yes.
Just dust and lotion in the shape of a man. That's what I am, as an almost 37-year-old. Yes, I am in the shape of a man. Bookslap is shapes? All right.
For legal reasons, these are jokes. We love our older and younger people.
Audience members, yes.
Who are listening or not listening to this.
Legal disclaimer is joking. We should probably stop before you let me alienate more of our audience.
So, thank you so much for watching the podcast today, or listening. If you're not a part of our Discord, why not?
How dare you? If you're not in there, what's wrong with you?
No, that's a legitimate question.
I said end it before I alienate the audience.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow Bookslap on Twitch, follow us, and join the Discord Bundy's Bear Cave. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.